Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Knowledge is power, and knowledge shared is power multiplied. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Seeking knowledge is an obligation upon every Muslim." As we gathered here today, we know that seeking knowledge from cradle to grave, this means we should learn throughout our lives. Let's begin with a recitation from the Holy Quran. I invite Brother Zabiullah from grade 8 to recite few verses of Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا أقسم بهذا البلد وأنت حل بهذا البلد ووالد وما ولد. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في كبد. أيحسب أن لن يقدر عليه أحد. يقول أهلكت مالا لبدا. أيحسب أن لم يره أحد. ألم نجعل له عينين ولسانا وشفتين وهديناه النجدين. فلاقتحم العقبة وما أدراك ما العقبة. فك رقبة أو إطعام في يوم ذي مسغبة. يتيما ذا مقربة أو مسكينا ذا متربة. ثم كان من الذين آمنوا وتواصوا بالصبر وتواصوا بالمرحمة. أولئك أصحاب الميمنة. والذين كفروا بآياتنا هم أصحاب المشأمة عليهم نار مؤصدة. صدق الله العظيم.
Thank you, Brother Zabiullah, for your beautiful recitation. Now I would like to welcome our beloved Principal Rashid Ahmad Sir to welcome the gathering.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's my pleasure to welcome the chief guest who has gathered here and all the honor of guests for this program. First of all, I would like to welcome our chief guest, Dr.Qazi Siraj Azhur Sahab, Chairman Program Director, Department of Pathology, US. I welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome Janab Nafis Ahmad Sahab, the retired RTO, educationist, associate of Professor Sheikh Ali Sahab, and founder, trustee of Sultan Shahid Educational Trust, Mysore. I welcome you, sir. Janab Minhaj Sahab, mechanical engineer, US. I welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome Janab Aftab Khadri Sahab, retired desalination and power plant, KSA. I welcome you, sir. Janab Abu Bakr Sahab, chief editor, the Halat newspaper, Bombay. I welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome Dr. Nasima Sahiba, Professor of Medical College and also Trustee of Sultan Shahid Educational Trust. I welcome you, ma'am. I would like to welcome Professor Dr. Rashid Sahab, Chairman of Umid Hospital and Rehab Center. I welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome Tahseen Begum, a social activist and Rukne Jamaat of Jamaat Islami Hind, also a leader of HRS Ladies Wing, and a part of organization called Mysore Old Age Home. I welcome you, ma'am. Also, I would like to welcome our Vice Chairman, Dr. Tahamatin Sahab. I welcome you, sir. Our beloved Principal of Girls Wing, Safa Mohammadi, ma'am. I welcome you, ma'am. And also all our dedicated teachers and my dear students. A warm welcome to you all.
Thank you, sir. Now, it's my pleasure to invite our chief guest, Dr. Qazi Siraj Azhar Sahab, a distinguished scholar and renowned expert in his field, known for his remarkable contribution and insights. With his vast experience and knowledge, he has inspired countless individuals. We are honored to have him with us today. Sir, please share your insights with us.
पानी का बोतल उन लोगों ने लाया नहीं 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 आप हमारे साथ लाए थे अच्छा कुछ ओके जो भी पानी Can you see this screen in the back? Oh. Sir, वो मंसूरा को जो है वो डिटेक्ट करके इस वो आपका मंसूरा स्कूल जो है ना वो डिटेक्ट कर रहा है उसको ठीक हेलो अस्सलामु अलैकुम औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम रब्बी इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन अस्सलातु वस्सलामु अला रसूलिल करीम अम्मा बाद my dear students and Sadr, President of Mansoora, Dr. Mateen Sahab, and I'm not going to tell everybody, but already introduction has been done. So I was impressed by the qiraat of one of the students, and there is a hadith which says, Zayyanul Qur'ana bi aswatikum. Zinat baksho Quran ko apni awazon se. So with your best voice, you have to decorate the Quranic kalam. Okay. Then another thing he said about the seeking of knowledge from cradle to the grave. Didn't you? Yes. So utlibul ilma min al mahdi ila al lahad. You must be wondering what is happening to this guy. He came in a suit and a tie, and he's talking Arabic like this is the blessing of my mother tongue, which has more than 40% Arabic words, and we pronounce them right. And as far as English is concerned, I come from the environment where English is prevalent. So that is understood. But I am a Urdu school student. I studied up to high school in Urdu. I can give the whole day lecture why mother tongue should be the language of education, with references, with research, scientific research. But today I'm not going to talk about that. So today I'll talk because here a lot of students are here. And nowadays, science plays an important role in our lives. We cannot omit science. In fact, every subject you are learning in the school has relation with science. We say education. Education as a discipline is also a science. History has an element of science in it. Geography has science. Everything has science, even the language we call linguistic science. So I'd like to address today that how we should learn science. What is science? In Quran there is no word like science. The word is hikmah. Hikmah could be a science, but cannot be equal to science. Remember this. Allah Ta'ala talks a lot about science in Quran. But that is hikmah. हिकमत हम उर्दू में हिकमत बोलते हैं, अरबी में हिकमा। ता मरबूता जो है आखिर का, उसको पूरी तरीके से प्रोनाउंस नहीं करते अरब। जब कुरान में भी पढ़ेंगे, अगर वो आखिर में आएगा तो बोलेंगे हिकमत। तो what I'm trying to say is we have to learn science, which is very important, and hikmah cannot be changed. Science could be changed. Science tomorrow could become obsolete. Hikmat cannot. It may look like, today's science, this ayah doesn't give interpretation of today's science. It may be wrong, that's what scientists may say. But in reality, tomorrow the time will come and say that hikmah is right. Like people in the past used to think, sun is revolving around earth. And now we know. Kya baat hai? You are smart kids. And what does Quran says? Actually, sun is also a celestial body that is also revolving. So now we know that. In the past, we used to think sun is stationary and all the planets are going around the sun. Huh? The other way. So now we thought that, this is stationary. But now sun is also revolving in its own orbit. Okay? So that is the difference between hikmah and science. But when most of the science kind of align with the knowledge of Quran, there are some which may contradict, but later I'm sure that will be corrected in science. So how should we learn science? I will say that when a child is born or she is born like a scientist. What scientists do? Young children are natural scientists. What? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in this way. Okay. Scientists are curious about their surrounding, environment. Everybody knows about the Newton. But Newton was not the only one who found the gravitational force. There were Muslim scholars and scientists who found out. But let's see. So he was, how many times apple has fallen? Coconut has fallen. Fruits have fallen from the tree, even tenginkai, coconut. And imagine what happens to my head when that falls on my head. A big bump will hear. But nobody even thought about why it fell down. Nobody ever thought. There are so many things happening around you, but you are not paying attention. What you are focused? How to speak in English. You can think anything in science in your mother tongue. Recently, COVID vaccine, actually it was invented by Dr. Qazi. She is Hungarian. She is from Hungary. She learned from primary school to PhD, she did in Hungary. Later she came to America, worked on this vaccine, and now we are without mask. Imagine if she did not invent that vaccine, we will be still covering, we were living in a bubble, basically. So, science is very important, and you can see that how the kids, you can see a butterfly sitting on the hand of that child. Isn't it? So she is looking at, how many legs it has, how colorful it is, how one wing is almost replica of the other wing, the colors matching. She's amazed. And then what she did, she touched the wing and she got some dust on her finger. She looked with a convex lens and found out these are small feather-like structures. Basically, she is a scientist. Can you be a scientist? जोर से बोलो. हाँ, उर्दू में बोले तो बराबर अंदर से दम निकलता पूरा. Okay. Science introduced in many countries late in a student's school life. This is true. As soon as the child is born and can move his hands and fingers, when I take this child in my hand, first thing what he or she tries to do, take out my glasses. And then put it in the mouth. Everybody in the back, agree with me? Very good. So, what the child is doing is using all the 5 senses. You know, I'm not going to ask all those 5 senses. Smell, touch, hearing, taste, and all those things. You know that, isn't it? So, that child is going to explore the world around him, the environment around him. And by doing that, with that curious mind, the child is learning. If you put a iron in front of the child, hot iron, what the child will do? What the child will do? Try to touch it. Because he has never touched it. Say, oh, it's a nice object. Touch it. Once he realizes that iron is hot and burns the finger, will he touch again? Now he learned a lesson. This is how scientists do. They experiment and learn. So, if you want to teach science or any subject, you should not directly tell the students that this is the definition of pendulum. How many of you know pendulum? Raise your hand. Pendulum. Are? How many 8th grade? Are you 8th to 10th graders? There is one hand I saw raised in the back. Backbencher was a smarter there. No? साइंस टीचर है आपके? ओके, आज दोपहर में उनकी बारी है. ओके, केमिस्ट्री टीचर है जी, उन्होंने पेंडुलम टीचर ने है, फिजिक्स के रहते हो. Am I right? You don't have to learn pendulum.
They know they are not answering.
Why you are so? देखो, मेरे से जबरदस्त जैकेट तुम्हारी है, उसके ऊपर मोनोग्राम भी है नहीं है? अच्छा, मैं उर्दू में पूछूं, बोलते हैं? ओके, पेंडुलम मालूम क्या है? हाँ, बोलो बोलो बोलो. लोहे का बाल रहता हो ना, यूं 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 क्या हाथ से बता रहे हो लोग एक्शन के साथ. हाँ, उसको जो है हमारे टीचर्स के साथ सिखाते हैं, ब्लैक बोर्ड पर डेफिनेशन लिखते हैं. The oscillation time depends on length of the pendulum. बच्चे को समझ में से आता. पहले तो उसकी लैंग्वेज में नहीं है. दूसरा ये कि उन्हें करके नहीं देखा. जैसा बच्चा टच करके मालूम करा गर्मी है उसमें, and he gets burned, his fingers get burned. So, but in here, we are teaching science through the books and memorizing, even in Urdu. Those whose mother tongue is Urdu, the same methodology they are following. But what we have to do is let the child observe, observation, then inference and verification. Let the students do it, whether this is kindergarten student or a 12th grader, doesn't matter, right? And I can use my pointer, but I have to, I don't know. It's wonderful. Good, thanks. Okay. What century is this? 21st century? 2000, what year is this? But it should be 20th century, 2000 to 2025 hai. Why it is 21st century? एजुकेशन तुम टीचरों से पूछना है, सिंपल चीज बोल रहा हूं मैं, मालूम नहीं है। वो आईएएस को यूपीएससी के एग्जाम में ऐसे क्वेश्चन आप पूछते, यू शुड बी एबल टू टेल, ओके। 20 already 20th century is gone, and now 25, that means you are in 21st century. Simple मामला है, okay. Now so learners to inquire and innovate. First, observe. Let's go to the next slide. What do you see here? पूरे के पूरे शुरू करते देखो, क्यों? समझ रहे, कोई लैंग्वेज है उसकी, मगर यू आर सेइंग इन योर ओन वर्ड. You saw a footprint here, and is this a child's footprint or adults? क्या बात है, कितने होशियार लोग हैं जी. हाँ, मंसूरा का स्वास्थ्य नाम बहुत रोशन है. Okay, how many toes are there? Is this a hand or a foot? Because there is a heel and there are toes, and this is a big toe, and you know there is an arch. इसको बोलते हैं plantar arch. Okay, so heel is a little prominent and goes deep, and this the toes are also goes little deep. And this, whoever is walking, it has a distance, isn't it? Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. And if you measure from here and from here, all will be the same. कभी सोचे, क्योंकि हमारे को पढ़ाई नहीं बैठा. This is called project-based learning. We never teach activity-based learning. क्या है एक्टिविटी बेस्ड लर्निंग? चुप एक्टिविटी करते, एक्सपेरिमेंट करते, वो करते, ये करते. बच्चे, द किड्स शुड बी फर्स्ट क्यूरियस, इंक्वायर, and then do some kind of experimentation, and then they will get the result, and then interpret, conclude. These are the steps of science, scientific method. I will tell you more about it. Okay, so that's how, so simple. And can you detect a person who has similar footprints and similar walking distance? Can you? Anybody from girl side? Suppose this person killed somebody and walked away. Now we have to find out this person. Can you find out? Yes. How about this? Shoe prints. Can you find out that person? And again, look at the person who has the shoe prints. Actually, if you could get his shoes, and even in the shoe prints, some of the marks are very close, some are far away, and if you look at the shoes, that will exactly fit into that. And this could be blood stains. I did forensic pathology for 13 years. If you Google my name, Qazi, Azhur, you will see some cases which I solved. So this is a science too, okay? And how we should teach science to the students. Look what these kids are doing. Huh? Gardening, planting the trees. Tree to height nahi hoga. Yeah, they will become trees. Probably not, because this is a kitchen garden. They have planted some flowers and all those things. So children plant a school garden. I see in Mansoora such a big, Dr. Sahab, so much land is here. By doing, you learn better. Because first, curiosity. Today, you sowed a seed in the ground. डाले, बीज डाले जमीन में. उसमें भी देखो, how deep you have put it, how shallow you have put it, how many seeds became seedlings. You planted seeds. You planted 10 seeds. Out of 10 seeds, how many seeds germinated? This is a science. हमारे प्रिंसिपल साहब कल से बच्चे किचन गार्डन बनाएंगे. Okay? And you learn a lot about this. Once the plants grow, the seedlings will become a plant. Then they can look at it, how the insects are coming. They are looking at flowers, they are looking at, insects and what they are doing. And this person covered one of the flower with the plastic. And when it was a bird, covered it with a plastic. What happens to that flower? Flowers eventually, shrivels and dies. But there will be fruit in it. But what happens when you cover and insects are not coming? Pollination is not occurring. So there won't be any fruit. You learn by experimentation. It is very easy to read in the book and you forget. There is a forgetting curve I can show you. Within a few minutes, when I give you point-wise 10 points to remember and memorize it, as soon as I tell you within 10 minutes, you will forget 2 points, 8 points. As it goes on, almost you forget everything. Alright? So, children, they learn to measure growth of the plant, observe the effect of sunlight, and some plants here in close to the shade or building, they may not grow as well as here. Why? There is no sunlight. You are right. And effect of rain. Oh, there are some plants under the shade and they are not getting enough rain. And the plants here are growing. See how big this plant grew up. Alright? And then effect of insects. If there are no insects, we will not have food in the world. And so many species of insects are dying every year. Do you see in the cities sparrows? Why? What is happening? Have you ever questioned? Have you observed? Have you gone to the rural villages or rural areas and observe how many sparrows are there and how many? These are all project-based learning. Kids should do. Classroom is not the, you do not acquire knowledge in the classroom. There is so much knowledge available outside the classroom. Everybody knows Finland? Oh, social media is full of Finland. What language they speak? Anybody? English? No. Finnish. They don't even learn English. What is the population? 5.5 million. Muslims in India, 200 million. Finland is a developed country. The kids learn in a different, they spend less time in the classroom, more outside. And they are doing great. Alright. So this is about, and I'm not going to go in detail about all these things. I'm going to skip because how much time is this? 10 more minutes. Already done.
What time is the namaz? 1:20. You can have it till 1:10.
Okay. 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 Let me skip this and I'm not going to go. Okay. In United States, I started science fair almost 30 years ago. When I went to United States, the kids were not doing science exhibition. What we do here? Science exhibition. Make working models or models and explain. Not in mother tongue. Try to explain in English. And you ask in between question, they have to start again from the beginning. Am I right? Science does not have any specific language. You can learn science in any language. Okay? This is important. So, in United States, I came to know about science fair. My daughter got involved with it. She was in 4th grade. From 4th grade to 12th grade, there is a science fair. The difference between science fair and science exhibition is, in science fair, you do some kind of research, scientific research, follow scientific method. Whereas in science exhibition, you can make a model overnight. Look, the kids who were doing some experiment in the kitchen garden of the school garden, they were covering the flower with the plastic and see what insects play a role in it. That was a project. And it doesn't take one overnight. You have to spend days, sometimes months, years to do that research work. Scientific method, science fair depends on scientific method. Do you know? Have you done this? This is what? Lemon. What you did here? Connected to a LED bulb. And bulb is lighted up. Am I right? Is it a science exhibition or science fair? Exhibition. Did you get any data? खाली जो है वो बल्ब ग्लो हुआ बस. On this side, you connected this to millivoltmeter. You got some numbers here. You got? And today I am going to do this experiment. Right in front of you, taking you as help. Your fellow students can come and we can do this. This one you are getting data. So this is quantitative, this is qualitative. ये आपको बताता नहीं है क्या है, खाली बल्ब जल गया. On this side, you are getting a number. And it's coming in millivolt. Okay? So that's the main difference. You know who invented scientific method? इसको उर्दू में बोलते हैं तरीक़े साइंस. And he was Arab. And he invented. Who is that? No, Jabir bin Hayyan, chemistry. Al-Hazan. Al-Haytham उसका नाम, तो उसको लैटिनाइज करके Al-Hazan कर दिया. He is the father of optics. ये मैं आज आपको देख सक रहा हूँ because I have a short sightedness. So मैं जो है दूर का नहीं देख सकता. तो ये कॉन्केव लेंस है. मुखारद अच्छा बोलते हैं उसको अरबिक में या उर्दू में हम लोग. मुहद्दिब अच्छा मोटा बीच में, करीब का नहीं दिखा दो. Alright, so he was the one who invented scientific method, and our kids in United States start this type of projects, research projects at 4th grade. There are certain things you have to remember. Steps of these scientific method is first observation. Newton, apple falling down, observation. Question, why it fell down? Why did it go up? Question. That is called scientific question occurs based on observation. And then he will say, he thinks logically, which it makes sense to him, because of the weight of the apple, it fell down. अब वेट नहीं बोलते हम, उसको बोलेंगे मास. उर्दू में बोलेंगे कमियत. Why I know this? Because I am a Urdu student. Am I speaking good English? Probably. So first try to speak in your mother tongue, and then you automatically learn other languages. But you have to learn other languages. More efficiently you will learn if the language is in the vicinity. For example, Kannada. The kids, you don't have to read grammar of Kannada. They will start speaking second language. So expose them to Kannada, because here Kannada is the second language. So let them play with the Kannada, speaking students. And this is how you do. Same thing English. I am planning to start a Urdu school, and I will bring students from America here because they volunteer. And let them play with them and talk, because they don't speak Urdu and they will learn. So, खाली कोई साहब आके यहाँ इंग्लिश पढ़ाए तो पढ़ते नहीं. Their English is not going to be good. This is linguistic science which tells. Okay, so let's go here. So hypothesis. Hypothesis in Urdu we call mafruza. Farz kiya. It's not true, but this could be true. The apple which Newton saw fell down, and mass could be the answer, but he has to prove it. And how did he prove it? He did an experiment. He took a huge stone, a smaller stone, and little stone, went on the high building, dropped them at the same time. Then he was surprised. All of them reached to the ground at the same time. He concluded there is a force which is attracting towards the earth. And he said, gravitational force. इसको बोलेंगे अरबी में, उर्दू में कशिश सुखल. People who are multilingual, brain is better, more neuronal connections. Okay. Then what he did is he collected material. What was the material he collected? Stones. And then what was the method? Method was he went up, yes, and he dropped. And then the result came how far away he dropped. First he went about 30 meters. Then second 100 meters, 200 meters. Results are the same. And that data he collected here, and at the end concluded that this is not the mass, but it is, what is it? Gravitational force. Why? But yes, the same thing happened to me when there is in Bangalore, near Bangalore, there is a residential school. Kids from Bidar, Gulbarga, and everybody came. And I was trying to tell them what is scientific method, how we should do science fair projects. Nobody was responding. Is this our Azhur? So when I started asking them, then I realized why these kids are not responding to me. Then I started in mother tongue, Urdu. Everybody was raising hand. Everybody wanted to tell something to me. So that's fine. You can, give your answer in any language if you want. And I'm ready to listen to you. Even Kannada. If you know Kannada, you can tell me, give me the answer in Kannada. But anyhow, at the end he concluded that his hypothesis, postulation was wrong. Actually, there is a gravitational force. It is not the mass. Sometimes, yes, your hypothesis will be right. And so at the end, what you do is you communicate. How do you communicate? By giving presentation, by writing up articles, your research papers, and that's all. So with this, I'm not going to go this. I'm going to variables. When you are doing experiment, a research experiment, there are variables. And these variables are very important. Otherwise, your experiment will not be done in a right way. If somebody repeats your experiment, wrong answers could be there. So you have to control the variables, and there are three types of variables: independent variable, dependent variable, and controlled variable. I will give you an example. You will learn. Independent variable, independent Azhur. You cannot control it. It has its own mind. It could change. For example, independent variable independent variable 10 minute hai. Yeah. So in independent variable, for example, you use urea for fertilizer, chemistry, isn't it? I want to know how much urea I should put to the plant so that it has optimal growth. It should not be undergrown. It should not kill it. Too much urea could kill the plant. Okay? So what you are going to do is take equal sized plants or take the seeds, let them germinate and put fertilizer. 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram, 4 gram, 5 grams. Now what are you changing here? Quantity of urea. So on that side, yes. So independent variable, you change it. Dependent variable is the one, the growth of the plant. Growth of the plant depends on the independent variable. How much you change. Okay? And then there is something called, ये तो dependent variable बोल दिया मैं आपको. Then there is something called controlled variable, or you can say constant variable. This constant, you have to keep everything constant. The plant requires what to grow? Sunlight, water, temperature. All these you have to control at constant. Otherwise, you cannot find out which one is actually controlling the growth, whether it's the urea or the sunlight. If you put a plant here and another plant outside, that's not going to work, because the plant grown here in this room will not have enough light. So when you are testing the experiment, you are doing a research, it should be, let's go after this. So that's very important. So you cannot change at a time more than one variable. Then you don't know which one is working. Okay, so to simplify, independent variable, what I change, like urea. Dependent variable, what I observe, growth of the plant. Then controlled variables, what I keep the same, sunlight, quantity of water you are putting, temperature, in the same temperature. So all this. And if you remember, if you come to America, ask a 4th grader, what are variables in experiment? They will tell you. Our kids in India, no. First time I introduced science, how scientists work in India, in Andhra Pradesh, when Telangana and Andhra Pradesh were one. So in 8th grade biology book, that's my lesson. How scientists work. Urdu, English, Telugu. Okay. Now, when you are drawing, you might have seen research papers. There are graphs. When you do science exhibition, do you see graphs? No, because they are not doing any research. Already known scientific facts, they are putting a model or working model or a model, and that doesn't give them creativity, critical thinking. That's the worst thing. We have to change the education system in unite in India. And this you can do efficiently in the mother tongue. That's why National Education Policy says up to 5th grade, child should learn in mother tongue. Whatever. So, independent variable, like urea, you put 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram, 4 gram. And the effect you started seeing on the plant growth, dependent variable, you will see it grew a little bit, it grew a little bit more, and then it dropped its growth. At one time, it was dead. The child will know. The students learn. We don't say students, we say learners. Sometimes in a classroom, many teacher is also a learner. This is this should be a brain compatible classroom where everybody understands each other. If I write here house, your house, his house, her house are the same. They are not same. Children, when they learn, their brains are different. Their cognitive development is different at different age. I can give hours together these talks, and of course I will talk in the next session. So अब नमाज को चलना है, तो वो जो एक्सपेरिमेंट है शुरू में कर देंगे, मगर बच्चे रहेंगे या नहीं रहेंगे, तो क्या कर सकते हैं? I need like whole day session in next time when I come. So the whole day session, then we can do better job. अच्छी बात है, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। वाखिर दावाना अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन।